Hey Geeks! Tonight we're reviewing Supergirl Season 2, Episode 9, titled Supergirl Lives. So this is your spoiler warning. So there were a few Easter eggs in this episode. First of all, beginning with the title, Supergirl Lives.
Because Kevin Smith directed it, and that was going to be his Superman movie title.
Yeah. So, in fact, there's a documentary called The Death of Superman Lives. If you haven't seen it, there's a little plug here, I guess. So watch it. It's really, really cool. But this episode, my gosh, I really like this episode. I think it might be my favorite episode of Supergirl this season.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too because, you know, superheroes have their gadgets or their powers, and that's what makes them super. Not Supergirl. She goes,
in this episode.
Yeah, in this episode. But, like, in general, yeah, she has the powers and stuff, but that's not her, like, being superhuman isn't her only power. She inspires others, and, like, she showed that in this episode where she had no powers on this planet, but it didn't stop her. She still did the right thing. She still rescued the people, and in doing so, inspired them to help save themselves. And it was just fantastic.
Like when they had the shock stick, and they just kept hitting her again and again with the shock stick. And eventually it did. It inspired the rest of the captors to fight back and save themselves. And I thought that was a really great moment. And it reminded me a little bit of the Empire, or of Return of the Jedi, when the Emperor kept shooting Luke with the Force lightning, and eventually Luke's cries for help and seeing his son in pain, Darth Vader came back to the light side. Seeing Supergirl, this person that they idolize and look up to, in pain, it inspired these people to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
So Alex and Maggie in this episode, first of all, I love their relationship. I love them as a couple. I ship them so much. And I was really afraid that Alex blew it with Maggie in this episode. I was like, they just got together. They can't, tear them apart now. It's too soon.
Yeah. And I kind of like that we're as much in the dark about what's going on with Alex as Maggie is. Like, when this happened, we're like, what are you doing? Like, you're happy. What are you doing? And then when she goes over at the end of the episode and they talk about it, like, there is a reason. Yeah. Every time she's selfish, Kara, something bad happens to her. And she felt like this was just that whole thing happening again. Yeah. And so, like, I'm glad that there was a reason, and I'm kind of glad that we were in the dark about it until Maggie was filled in. It was kind of refreshing.
Like, Alex, she's put her own happiness on the shelf for Kara, so allowing herself to be happy, it always has a bad outcome for her sister.
Yeah.
And, it added an extra layer of depth for Alex. Like, we've known since the start that Alex makes personal sacrifices for Kara.
Yeah.
But this kind of added to that, I think.
Yeah, and she has this responsibility for Kara because even when Alex isn't happy, bad things still happen to Kara. She just doesn't realize that it has nothing to do with her. Just bad things happen to Kara. She is a superhero. She puts herself in those situations. And she just hasn't put that together that it's not her fault that bad things are happening to Kara.
Alex really does have this kind of overblown sense of responsibility for everything, really, not just Kara. Yeah. Kara first and foremost, probably.
Yeah.
But she really does have this very strong sense of responsibility that she probably learned from her parents.
Yeah.
I loved just the general idea of this story. Taking it off of Earth and putting it on another planet, it's fantastic. It's really the first time they've done that in Supergirl. And I'm like, man, it's about time.
This is a show about aliens and we're always on Earth.
Yeah. And just the fact that, she gets transported to a planet that has a red sun, so her powers are gone. It kind of changes the dynamic of Supergirl, but then changes the set of the show. And so there's all these kind of different changes going on. I think it made it really fun. But that said, I also really loved the yellow sun grenade at the end.
Oh my god, yes! That was brilliant.
Yeah. Like giving Supergirl her powers back on the red sun planet, and she shoots down the one transport ship or whatever it was with her laser eyes, and then she looks at the other guy and he's just like, "Peace out, homies, I'm leaving."
JK, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Also, this is a fantastic episode for Winn.
Yes,
Winn had
this was
a
very
very near-death experience for Winn.
And it scared the crap out of him.
It did.
Like,
it hit him hard.
It terrified him. He was like almost so much so that he was frightened to live anymore.
Yeah.
And like Alex making him go to the planet to rescue Kara kind of showed him that was a fluke. Stuff like that's going to happen if you put yourself out there, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a victim.
And also, I don't think Wynn has ever stood up for himself in his life.
Yeah.
Until this episode.
Yeah.
And he beat down an alien. So his confidence is back now fully.
Yeah.
Especially after he came so close to getting shot in the face at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Because Guardian let somebody slip through. And speaking of Guardian, he's growing on me, but I'm still not completely sold on James Olsen as Guardian. Although I'm warming up to the idea. All in all, I really liked this episode. Like I said earlier, I think it's probably my favorite episode of this season. Supergirl is back from the winter hiatus, and she's back strong, and I'm super excited.
Yes, and how can you not love an episode that has a red shirt joke in it? I mean...
Yeah. Other Easter eggs, the Thanagarian snare beast that the guy was cooking up in the pot. That is from Kevin Smith's Death of Superman Lives movie. That was going to be the giant spider that Superman had to fight in the third act. It was going to be a Thanagarian snare beast, which apparently the guy was cooking was small enough to fit in a pot. So maybe it was a baby.
Yeah, it's a little baby one.
Okay, I think that's all we have for this video.
Yeah.
If we missed anything, if there's something you think we should have talked about that we didn't, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.